was a surprisingly decent song. All right. Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I am here, slowly getting over a cold. I'm gonna turn this down because I can't hear myself think. But I'm here. Hi. We're streaming today. Working on a new project. Because the other day I felt like it was time to start something a little bit more complicated too. So I have a couple of different projects in the work. I always do. I always tend to keep myself pretty busy with multiple projects just to make sure that I constantly have stuff on the back burner and stuff that I can work on and stuff that I can kind of switch between. So I'll be back with the Halo pistol. I do think I'm going to finish that one finally. So that's cool. Arrived before the notification. Resequence, that's cool. How you doing, Resequence? And what is up? Let's see. Hold on a second. Why are my YouTube messages not coming through? Wake up, work, wake up. How are you? Hello, everybody. Hi. Happy Wednesday. If some of you are still on break, I hope you're enjoying your break. My break ended today, unfortunately. How is my health now? I am alive. It's getting better. I still have a bit of a cough, so if you see me muting and like dying in the background, it's because, you know, I just have a cough. But otherwise, I'm good. So, hi, everybody. So, I am working on a new project, as I said. This is my tank. It looks terrible. This is just a block out so far. Just modeling a couple new pieces in. I'm working on the barrel right now. I tend to just kind of work on whatever part like interests me first, and then I'll kind of work on other stuff. But for now, we're gonna work on the barrel. So, as always, if you guys have questions, let me know. I got no problems. I am spending a lot of time on this one, making sure that I sub-D topology it properly. I don't want issues with it, so I'm spending as much time as I can to make sure that the topology is correct. And I think I'm getting to the point where I need to be. This is the part that I was working on earlier. This stuff's all skewed and stretchy just because it's I haven't worked on supporting it just yet. But this is working to the extent that I wanted it to. Now I just need to go ahead and duplicate it because this is going to be like a vent pattern. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. But good to see everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful break. Wonderful vacation if you took a vacation, and if not, I hope you're all doing good. That's all we can ask for. Alright. Has anybody started any new projects for the new year? Anything exciting? Alright, so we're gonna go mesh tools. Sharing my new work on WIP. Let me see, hold on. I think I missed it. Where's Quinn's new project? Oh, okay, nice. Doing like a C4 bundle, it looks like. Is that what that is? That's what I'm guessing. Looks good. I like the circuit board detail that you're working in there. That's gonna be cool when it's done. What made you decide to do that one? Alright, mesh tools. We're gonna just duplicate this guy. I always hate that. It does that. Alright. So let's center this. I'm going to duplicate this a couple of times because I wanted 4 of them. I want 4 or 5 of them. I think I wanted 5 of them, but I'll figure it out. So these aren't going to mesh exactly just because there's changes here, but we'll get them adjusted here. How long have you been working on that one, Resequence? Okay. I'll make sure that's as lined up as it can be. Okay. And let's go ahead and just merge this. Mesh combine. I want to see how this is going to work. I don't know if this is going to work out the way I want it to, but we're going to try it. I'm trying a whole bunch of different new shapes here that I haven't really done before, so continuing the concept of every project should be challenging you in some way. That's what we're doing here. All right. Cool, so that's looking good. Let's go ahead and smooth that and see how that works. So I know this bottom part down here still needs work. Again, haven't really worked on anything else aside from these slits. I'm more so just making sure they look right. They look good to me, so call that one a winner. All right. And we'll just keep merging these down. For those of you watching on YouTube, if you are interested, this is the first time that Super Chats are enabled and the first time that subscriptions are enabled. So you can now subscribe on YouTube. Totally optional, but it's out there if you want to support the channel. It's one of the better ways to do it, so would appreciate it if you decide to. Let's see. Eldoro. I'm doing a mesh that's a combination of curved and hard edges. I find it pretty challenging. It can be. Yeah. Curved. Whenever you're kind of combining like solid edges with curved, it's always kind of a nightmare. It's one of my least favorite things to do, actually. What's the project that you got going on? I've been watching a lot of videos on Topology just to make sure that I always try to like learn more new things to do. I've learned a couple of new stuff too, which is really cool. One of which is going to be a quick tip tomorrow, so keep an eye out on that one. But just some fun stuff. Trying to get over this cold and be productive, because I was not very productive while I had this cold. Sci-fi hovering racing machine. Nice, that sounds fun. That'll be cool when it's done. Alright, let's look at that. Let's look at that. That's looking pretty decent. I'm getting a little bit of a divot up here. Might have to do some retopo work in here, but that's okay. This is mainly divoting because if you notice here, there's this converge point right here, these multi-points converging. So it's creating this like star pattern and it doesn't have enough geo to support it. So I'll have to do some adjustments with that. But honestly, that's not too terrible. What's that? This is gonna be the turret for a tank. Like a sci-fi futuristic tank. Kind of here. I have a pure F scene somewhere. Let's see. I'm so bad about like actually opening this thing when I'm working on it. Tank. So kind of looking at like a bunch of these different shapes and trying to decide like what it is I want to do. Where's my phone? There it is. And so I'm doing kind of like a mix of like different pieces from like each tank, and I find a lot of these to be really interesting shapes. So trying a bunch of new stuff, but I like the idea of a vented gun. So like these vent slats up front. But yeah, so this is kind of what I'm like working off of. Nothing, no official concept art, just kind of tinkering. I shared that too. Shared what too? Hold up. Oh, nice. Oh, okay, so you're redoing like an older piece of work. That's cool. Very cool. Okay. Actually some good music on this today. So if you're noticing the music changed, if you actually care about the music, because I know some people do, I am using Epidemic Sound now because I'm tired of my videos getting copyright striked. So I'm just not using DMCA free music on YouTube anymore, which is unfortunate because there's a lot of good stuff there, but it is the nature of YouTube. Doing a tactical helmet, any tips you might want to give? depends on like what you like need with it, right? So like obviously you're dealing with something that has something that has like a lot of curved surfaces but also hard edges. So like just pay attention really closely to your topology and your edge flow, because it will kick you in the butt if you don't. Otherwise, you know, just make sure you're following your reference, work on making sure that stuff matches proportionally. I think that's one of the big things people get wrong a lot with like military stuff, is they don't proportionally match things. So just keep an eye on stuff like that. I admire your push towards getting your portfolio out there. Your Xenomorph did pretty well. It did pretty good. It did pretty good. That was one of those projects where I was like kind of like done with it, but also like not super duper proud of it, but it was enough of a project to put on my portfolio. So we'll see if that one stays on there. But I appreciate that. That model has a lot of problems, unfortunately. All right, so if I look at this, let's see here. All right, so what I want to do now, I think I'm going to stick with 4 vents. So I'm going to bridge across here. And then we need to add some supporting loops there. So let's go ahead. We'll figure out what we need to add. So it looks like we need to go boom, boom. Just do a insert edge loop. Okay. Yeah, there'll be a lot more portfolio stuff this year, but I'm going to be doing a push now to be more responsible with the way I do topology and stuff like that, so I'm not going to skip as many steps as I used to. Try to have a better representation of the actual skills that I do have. So we'll see how that goes this year. Alright, so one of the issues I know I have here, and it can be seen right here because that doesn't attach to anything. What happened here? Is that one that I added? Yeah, it is. Okay. So, try to keep a consistent edge flow to support edges. Yeah, absolutely. This is such a new piece that I'm still kind of figuring out how I want the edge flow to work. Oh, let's see here. And right now, that's not doing what I want it to do. So ideally, this should continue down the body itself. So I'm going to reroute some stuff here. This loop, honestly, yeah, because that goes that way. Okay. So I'm just thinking about how this looks. This needs to be a quad, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. We're going to just add an edge loop. Nope, we're going to do a multi-cut. So we will do multi-cut. Really need to get better at using the marking menus, but I'm terrible. Oops. Go 50%. 50%. If you guys didn't know that you could do this, you can click and hold and then use shift to actually perfectly divide things. It's really nice. So we're going to pull this out and up a little bit. Oh, not all the way. Hold on. I want this out and up. That's terrible, whatever it is. Skip. Hey, can't hear you since I'm out and about. Thought I'd drop in and say and give a like. Thank you so much, Planetastic. I hope you're having a good one. Let's see. Am I missing anybody? No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, no, IDK. Hi, hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Okay, is there any music playing now? What happened? There is. Just not very much. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Multi-cut, try, control, middle click. Perfectly put an edge in the center. Yeah, that's what I was doing. So you can also do this too if you weren't aware. G. So you can select your main point. Control Shift. Or, sorry, click. Will you actually do what you're supposed to do? Why is that not... Oh, it's... I hate that. So if you hold Shift, you can actually drag it to predetermined points, which is really nice. So I figured that one out a couple days ago. I was thinking of watching your stream, but I'm feeling a little sick. Good luck. Alright, no problem. You have a good one. I hope you feel better, because I also feel sick. Alright. So let's look at this now. So now that we've kind of pulled that up, we can kind of look at adjusting this better. So we're going to take this. Go to slide. Hey, STI, thank you for the resub, buddy. How you doing, man? Good to see you, dude. 22 months, man. That's crazy. You're coming up on 4 years. Just pull there. And turn that off and pull it out slightly. Smooth it and see what that did. So that gives us that nice sharp cut there, which is good. That's what I'm looking for. Now we can kind of play with this a little bit. Alright, so initially my thought was I was going to have the barrel running through this. I still want it to. So what I wanted to do was look at, let's see, where's the... Yeah, so you would technically still see the barrel running through it, so that's actually within spec. Let's see here. Owl, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Hope you guys are having a good day. Hope your Wednesday has been decent. Or amazing, too. I don't know why decent came to mind first. Pretty good. How about you? I'm doing good. I'm starting another project that I have no business starting. Because that's just how I do. Alright, so I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. So Shift I. Selected. Alright, so the barrel's going to be visible, obviously. So needs to both continue through. Okay. Also, still not in love with the shape of this, but I'm gonna figure something out here. Oh man, probably should have gotten some like cough drops or something. Probably would have made this a lot better. Alright, so let's look at this right now. So if I go, I want this to be not as flat. So easiest way to fix that is going to be to rotate the whole damn thing. Okay. I want this to sit higher. That won't be the final thickness of the barrel. In fact, I need to kind of like chill that down a little bit because it's a tad bit crazy. I want it to be longer because I want it to be like an artillery kind of deal. Be a little bit thicker than that. Yeah, that's probably pretty good. In relation to the body, that's probably pretty decent. Okay. So smoothing, we got a lot of issues here. So let's go mesh tools, insert edge loop. I'm gonna just drag a new one here to kind of support this cluster over here. Let's go multi-cut. And then we will just, that's fine. Should solve a little bit of that. And then this one's a little bit interesting because I need to, I want to support that, but in doing so, I might actually end up cutting it off. Let's try it, see what happens. It's actually going to create an n-gon, which is not super awesome, but I need that support there, so we will correct that. Actually, wait a minute. Did it not create one? No, there's still an issue there, but that's okay. We will figure that out now. So the nice thing is that I can do this now. Multi-cut. Okay, leave that there. Escape. I gotta look at this now. Shift I. So this guy, we're gonna slide that up. I was gonna say, I was like, where's my tool? Where else are you streaming? I stream on Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. The trifecta. And if it doesn't get banned, I will probably start streaming again on Twitch or TikTok, but we all know that's up in the air right now. So that's fun. It's good stuff. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, still a quad. That's totally great. So this is where I'm going to have to change some stuff because this is where that ends. So this doesn't create a loop anymore. So what I want to do now is I want this to actually come down and create a loop. So Control delete that. And think about this in a way that's not going to jack this up entirely. Let's see here. I actually wonder, let's see. What I need to do is that. Perhaps. That doesn't have any support in the back, though. Okay. Add our support here. This is really basic shapes. All right, cool. So we're going to get a little bit of a pinch there, but that's all right. Just looking at the overall flow of this so far. Ooh, geez. That I'm going to mute when I have to cough. My bad. Sorry, guys. All right. So if I drag this guy... Actually might work kind of perfectly. Okay. Make sure that there's nothing there. So we do have a triangle, so I want to break that up. Not that it's necessarily required, but it's good to be in practice. Do you have a Discord? I think we can support each other. Yeah, I do. you're on YouTube, so exclamation point socials. Here, I'll just fire it off. There you go. Maybe. Yep, there it is. Okay. All right. Yep, feel free to join in. There's a pretty good community on Discord already. If you guys didn't know, I do have a Discord, so you are welcome to join in. No questions asked, no problems there. This music is... it's cool. It's just... I need, like, upbeat stuff. Mood. Oh, here we go. Moods. What do we want? Heavy and ponderous. Happy. Euphoric. Marching. Angry. Chasing. Suspense. Running. Let's try running. Maybe running will be cool. Maybe. Who knows? We shall try it. Okay. So looking at that, that's pretty solid. So this is going to be the next area of kind of contention to deal with. So that'll be fun. Let's see. It's actually kind of shitty because if you look at this, that goes across. So I'm thinking what I want to do. Let's get rid of that. Yep, that's looking pretty nice. And we're actually going to create a new one. So mesh tools. I think this might let me do this way. It will. Beautiful. Okay. That way we don't have to deal with that triangle anymore. It just, for whatever reason, didn't work over here. It's fine, I don't really care. Weird. I fail to see how this, like, invokes the mood of running, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Let's try a different song. I'm really trying to like Epidemic Sound. I'm having a hard time. Balls of Steel. Okay. Whatever. It's on the docket today, so I'm working on a tank because I decided the other day that I wanted to model a tank, so I'm going to do like a futuristic-esque tank. It's going to be dope. But that's what we're working on. Working on the turret right now, like the sheath that goes around the barrel. And we're just adding some support and getting stuff looking pretty. Alright, so that can actually kind of zoom across here, so let's look at that. Cool. That actually might have... no, it didn't. Okay. Thinking how I'd like to do this. Just like that. That's how we're going to do it, I think. Hold on a second. Close. We're getting close. Mukiz, thank you so much for the follow on Instagram. Appreciate it. When you want a vertex straight edge, press Control Plus with multicut. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll try that. Alright. Why are we acting weird topology-wise? I think I'll just end that. Well, no. Do I want to do that? Yeah. I don't know. No, I really don't want to do that. So let's do this. I want it to go a little bit in, and then I'll terminate it. So, bridge that. That's good. That's quadded. So right now we've got this pinch here. It's because there's no support up here. So that's what I got to work into this model now, which is going to involve some trickery. So okay. Yeah, I figured that was too far to go. All right, if you guys are watching on YouTube, please make sure you like the stream. It does help the algorithm. Enter Qscape 3. Okay, that should give me a much nicer. It does. It actually kind of did everything I needed it to, but the problem is now we got this little floating loop here, so we're gonna work that into this geometry. Garong, hello, good morning. How are you? Good to see you. How are you doing? Okay. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to just kind of work this in over here. Go boom. And so if I did that right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that makes a... Okay, might have to screw with that a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, solid. Let's fix this one back here now. We're gonna do the same thing, and I'll work those in. This music, dude, I don't understand why Epidemic Sound can't just like figure this out. Main title, adventure, epic, running. I wish there was like a radio or something. Apps. That doesn't help me. Staff picks. All right, let's just listen to staff picks and see what's in here. Maybe there'll be some good stuff. I don't know. How are the birdies? Birdies are good. They're not in my office currently because I got a new desk and I had to finish it myself. So because I had to stain it and seal it, it kind of emits fumes, which are highly toxic to them. So they're in my living room. They'll be back probably by the end of the week, I'm hoping, because it's been about 2.5 weeks since this has been off-gassing, so I think we'll be good. I just see you working on a stain. Does nice, healthy option. Yes, I'm so happy to have one. It's really nice. My wife got me the frame for Christmas, so it was real good. Much better option. It's taking a while to get used to working standing up, though. All right. So if I go there, boom. That's fine. It's going to create a little N-gon, but that's okay. We're not trying to fully avoid them. We don't really have to. But we can divide it later. I think there's... Okay. That's looking like what I wanted. Okay. I'm feeling better about this now. Give that guy a little bit of support. Okay, so looking at that, that's almost exactly what I wanted, so we're doing pretty good so far. Gonna just add an extra support loop there. Smooth that. Hey, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch, Mirax. Appreciate it. welcome to the stream. I want this to be a little bit sharper, so I'm going to sharpen that. Make sure that didn't just jack everything up and make something miserable. It doesn't look like it did.
Now where does he think he's going?
You gotta go,
You gotta go.
What's up, Sharky? How you doing, buddy? Alright, that's looking pretty great. There's a little pinch here. This is gonna need some cleanup, but for now, it will be okay. Alright, Q-escape. So what I'm gonna do, go mesh. Mirror it. Bounding box. Z in the positive. Alright, smooth it. Maya just like hesitated, which always means save in Maya's language. Oh, what is that? What happened there? There's a loop that didn't go through. Hold up. Let's fix that. Let's see. Alright, there we go. This little pinch, though, I'm not liking that. That's honestly because of that, though. A little bit of support in there. That's a nice, solid piece. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, so that's solid. We're going to go isolate view selected. All right. I'm going to change the material on this because I'm done for that part with that part for now. Which material? Oh, it's this one. There we go. Okay, cool. So these are all good right now. Still kind of figuring out what all I want to do with this. I'm kind of working my shapes off of this main piece that I modeled in, and then I'm just kind of figuring out how I want to handle it. I do know I want to do some sort of like compartment doors here. So that's going to be like some sort of like hatch that can be opened up. So I'll figure that out as I go. Let's go ahead and do the barrel real quick just because we're here. We're going to go for like a really simple barrel. So Shift I. Vertex. Ba-ba. Mirax, hello. I'm following your work since a moment on Instagram. Really cool, by the way. Hello from France. Hello, how are you? It's good to see you. It's good to see you on Twitch. Good job, man. Keep going. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. We'll see if I make the entire stream sick. If I make this entire stream like 3 hours and like I survive, I'm gonna be real happy. Because that'll mean I'm on the path to healing. What's up, HebGX? How are you, man? How you been? Let's scale that a little bit. Want a little bit of a... There we go. Alright. That's cool. That's good music. It's fast. White Kitsune, what are you working on? I'm building a tank. So, kind of working off of a bunch of different reference here. I'm just kind of making something cool because that's what I wanted to do. So, it's been a long time since I've actually done a tank. So, main inspirations are coming from this guy because I don't know what the hell they did with this, but it looks awesome. And then some of the barrel designs are coming from like these other pieces. So, just working on a couple different things here. Because I'm insufferable and I can't just keep to one project. That'll be fine. That can go back far enough. I need to reinstall my quad mesh thing. Good luck with it. Thank you. Appreciate it. How are you doing, White Kitsune? No, I know, it's sick. Like, look at this thing. I mean, this thing has, like, so much freaking, like, panels and sweet cuts and sweeps and stuff. And I'm like, damn, that is cool. I forget. So it's called the Leclerc Evolution. I think it's like a concept tank, but it's pretty cool. I would for sure run if that were driving towards me. You sound like deep. Do you have a cold? Yes, I have a cold, unfortunately. I'm getting over a cold, so. Alright, I'm probably gonna say this wrong. Is it Zhao? Or is it Jiao? I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but hi, how are you? I'm so bad at names. There's a yoga pose I usually do when I'm staying for a long time called the Shashan. I'm saying that wrong too. My sand pose is it really helps to relax one leg for some time and switch back. That's a great idea because I do like a V pose. So I'm like standing like, because like I'm actually like taller, but I'm actually standing in like a V pose. So you could say John. Okay, John works. I just didn't want to screw it up and upset somebody, so thank you for confirming. I'll have to look that up, Grong, though. That's a good idea. For personal work or for the book? This is for my portfolio, yeah. Oh my gosh, the top left looks like a drone takes off and falls back in the spot. It's pretty cool. How long have you been animating? I haven't been animating very long. I've been doing 3D, though, in general, just for about 15 years. Okay. I think I'm gonna do like a little. Whoop. I'm gonna do like a. What is with the music selection today? All right. Let's try this. I think I'm gonna do a poll and see how many people actually care about the music on stream. Because if you guys don't care, I'm just gonna listen to my own music and not stream it. It's just easier. All right. Oh God, where's my barrel? Hey, come on. There we go. That's nice. Love to hear your music or maybe some Zelda ambience. Yeah, I wish I could use like my regular music because my regular music is copyrighted, but you know, that is how it is. I'm gonna do a minor kind of pull in here. And I'm going to bevel these. I know, the guy who doesn't use bevels is going to bevel. Okay. Cool. Support those. What's up?
I just sent you a video.
What?
The dishwasher making
B-dupe noise? B-dupe. Okay, let me go check my dishwasher real quick. Be right back, guys. Right. Okay. I'm back. You can do that for switching both legs if you feel stressed. Don't try it. Do try it in your spare time. Yeah, I'll have to give that a shot. That sounds like a good idea. I am all about trying to make myself not in pain when I'm standing. So, but so far the desk has been really nice. So, pretty happy with it. All right. Alright, that'll give us a nice little detail there. You selected. Okay. Nice. Alright. We're on a roll so far. Alright, so everything that's in light gray is obviously the block out. Everything that is in that darker gray is like next stage modeling, so just gonna keep kind of working it. I think what I want to do though is I definitely want to do some sort of containing panel here. So what I'm gonna do is look at this. I'm gonna take this out, extract this. Sorry, mesh tools, duplicate it. Try not to do extract because then I have to go back and fill everything. How to make elbow topology so there's no distortion during rigging. For like a, are you asking for like a organic character, like a human character, or what are you asking for? Because if you want that, I could pull up an example here. Let's see. So when you're doing an arm, you're going to want to follow this kind of flow. So your distortion is going to be heavily affected by how your curves are flowing through here. So you want to make sure that you have your loops going all the way through. And then usually, yeah, I was going to say you can see it a little bit better here. You can see where the kind of the distortion points would be. So this is where your elbow flex is. So when the elbow flexes, that's where the loop's going to want to, you're going to want that loop to be able to deform. And then the rest will just be up to skin painting and deforming. I'm trying to see if there's like a better example of that. Kind of a basic. Yeah. You look any of this stuff up on Google though, there's usually some really good guides on how to get your topology flow working properly. Because I know that stuff. Oh, what's up, Stigma? How are you? Good to see you. Alright, Shift I. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so this guy is my new piece. My new metal piece. So what we're going to do is we're going to extrude it. I'm going to do 2 extrusions on this because what I want to do is I want this panel to extrude outwards and kind of like armadillo encase that. That is totally a technical term. Trust me, I'm a pro. And then I'm thinking what I might do is kind of like sheath this over. I'm not really sure though. Okay, sir, I get it. Good. I'm glad that helped. Doing good, just tired. I feel that. I got 0 sleep last night. This cold has thoroughly kicked my ass. I'm quite done with being sick. But I hope you can get some good rest in, Stigma. You need it, you deserve it. Okay. Pull this, just flatten that. Go to the midpoint here. Okay. It got down to 9 degrees here the other night because of the wind chill. Holy shit, 9 in Florida? Well, I know you're not like technically Florida, but like, damn. That's crazy. Does that like kill all the plants around you? Because I know that I hear that usually kills everything. Hope you get some sleep tonight. I hope so too. I'm gonna NyQuil the shit out of myself, so that's gonna be the plan. Added that to the stupid amount of humidity. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Makes it frigid, wet, cold. Ew. That sounds awful. Yeah, that doesn't sound very fun. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. Thinking... let's see. Here's what I'm thinking. I think we're going to do this. Do this. And we're going to do a little bit of magic here. Delete that. That was the most disgusted at you. It's just, it's one of those things. Yeah, I mean, you know how it is. Like, it's either like super hot, like humid nastiness, or like wet cold. Wet cold's the worst because like it's raining, it's fucking cold, you're trying to get inside, it's awful. Wait, what? Here's a $1 million question. How do you get past the AI filters so a real person looks at your reel? I don't necessarily know what that means. I've just never really had a problem. You have to remember though, I've been doing social media for like 4 years, so I have a lot of experience doing this. So as far as like growing on social media, like it's not necessarily like the most difficult thing. It's just making sure that you put out content that's valuable to people. Iguanas are falling out of the trees. I have read that happens. I wanted to ask, is it difficult to create an IK arm chain with limited movement, like for a robotic arm? No, not really. What just happened? Why did that freeze like that? That's actually a follow-up tutorial I need to make for you guys, because that was one of the biggest questions I get from my IK rigging tutorial is how do you limit the movement on that? So, I'll get that added to my list so that there's something there so you can reference that. It does happen in South Florida, not here, because I don't have iguanas here. Do you want iguanas there? We can make it happen. We'll figure it out. What am I doing? Duplicate. Okay. Basically submitting your resume not to get automatic. Wait a minute. Oh. Reels. Like show reels. I got you. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you meant like Instagram reels. Because you asked that on Instagram. So that's tough. There's a lot of different kind of ways to cheat those things. There's a lady who I saw on TikTok who does some really good videos on like how you can sort of bypass them. One of the main things that a lot of people do is they will take pieces from the job listings themselves, and they will make sure that those pieces are somewhere in their resume so that when the thing scans their resume, it finds those keywords that it's looking for. That's one way. I don't know how good that is or how great that is, but you also need to make sure you have a really strong portfolio. Otherwise, you are just going to get skipped over. I see. I'm excited to see it. Then when my hair's out, I'm working on a character at the moment. I got you. Yeah, that's rigging's tough for a lot of people. I'm trying to make sure I can do some better stuff with everybody. It's been a busy year so far. Let's see. Really, Staff Picks was only 10 songs? Oh, okay. Epidemic. Why? New releases. Shitty lights. Screw it. Is there like a lo-fi playlist? Lo-fi. This makes everything better. Okay. Okay. Thank you for your journey. You don't want them? Okay. All right. Well, you know, thought I'd offer. Iguanas aren't expensive. I don't think. Combine. I don't know. It would be kind of funny to like walk out to your mailbox and just get hit in the head by an iguana. It would be a comedic way to start the morning if it didn't kill you. If it did kill you, then it wouldn't be so funny. But Lo-fi, yeah. I'm not usually the biggest fan of lo-fi, but it's the only thing I can find that Epidemic doesn't kind of suck at, so. Alright, so let's look at this. Maybe what I'll do, I'm going to do kind of like blast barrier things, I don't know. Just kind of playing here. So we'll do that. This might be too like thick, but we'll try it out. See how that works. Ooh, no, I kind of like that. All right, yeah, I dig that. I do need that one a little bit higher though. We're gonna just try to match that to the body. God. Louise Lau 3D, thank you for the follow on Instagram. That tool is so much better in Maya than Blender. Yeah, it's really nice. How do you combine vertex so fast? I'm still learning 3-year degree. No problem. So the easiest way to do it is called the target weld tool. So let me show you an example here. We'll just do this real quick. So it's this little tool in your modeling toolkit over here. You just grab and then drag, and that's all it does. It just snaps it right in there. That's one thing I'm going to be bringing back. I know I started it last year, but I'm going to do more Maya tool based tips too. So like I know I have like my regular quick tips, but I'm going to do tips going over the different tools in Maya, because a lot of people don't know about a certain like feature of certain tools, or they don't know things about certain tools. So that's going to be coming back soon too. Got to figure out how to get more content on Instagram and TikTok until it gets banned. All right, so I think this is going to be one of the panels that I deal with. Yeah. So that'll be cool. All right. You know what I just realized? I screwed up. But not terribly. Put that in the middle. So I can pull these both back to right about there. This isn't lo-fi, but it's kind of cool. Okay, we're going to delete that. Tend to just work in half pieces because I'm going to duplicate it over. Do you know any handheld gaming console nowadays that can run Maya or Blender? You might be able to get it to work on a Steam Deck, but I have no idea. I don't know anyone who's tried, honestly. Yeah, that's something it would be fun to experiment with, but I have no idea. Should I just save more for I would save more for a PC. Or a good laptop. A good laptop works too. I'm watching you from the largest screen I could possibly find. If you're not watching me from the dome, try harder. I think Delta has that rented out right now. Why does your voice sound like Optimus Prime today? Because I am getting over a cold. And I tend to sound like either Darth Vader or Optimus Prime, apparently. I'm watching you through my eyes in my dome. Alright, that's fair. That's not what I wanted. I don't want Christmas. We're done with that. Christmas is over. Does it have to be smooth when working on hard surface modeling? Not necessarily. I mean, it depends on what you're going for, but if you're going for like a true to like realism, like subdivided model, yes, you want to smooth it. Sponsored by Pepsi. Maybe. That'd be cool. I like Pepsi. I need to stop drinking so much Pepsi. Oh, I want to learn more about topology for games. How can I improve my topology for games? That's a tough one. You're going to have to find a channel that does game topology. I know Abe Liel, if you follow him, he does some topology stuff for game stuff, but most of the stuff I do would be used in like a VFX workflow instead of games. So mine's a little bit different. I might be experimenting with game stuff later this year, but that's kind of up in the air right now. I'm watching you through my eyes. Oh yeah, I read that. What's up, Al? I'll try my next work. I see you bevel button, but can you do... but you can do Control B. No, I know you. I'm so bad at shortcuts. I'm just so used to just clicking on things. It probably makes me slower, but whatever. VR headset could take any size beyond my peripheral vision. Nice. We'll go outside and project it on the moon. What are you making, bro? This is a tank. So everything in dark gray is finished, and then everything in light gray is in process / blocked. All right. So I really like all this like shifting like plate stuff. I for sure want to incorporate more of that into this. But this piece itself doesn't really need a whole lot, so let's look at it. Okay. So mesh tools, insert edge loop. So we're gonna go ahead and just run through and add our supports. That does need beveling or supporting. That does. This is a pretty basic shape, so I'm not super hyper worried about it. Technically, I can refine these corners, and I might come back. Well, I don't know. Should I do it? You guys think I should do it? It would be good practice. All right, I'm gonna do it. Screw it. All right. So if you guys ever wanted to know how to do this the proper way, so what you want to do is you go multi-cut. You divide that. So by dividing that, what you just did was you eliminate that loop and that loop. So we can control delete. You can see how that suddenly quads that corner out, and when you smooth it, it keeps it crimped. So it's really nice. I just got to do that to the rest of it, which actually might be kind of a problem because of this. But let me think about that. Didn't really think about that when I did that. Does that need to be done? No, actually it doesn't, because that... Let me think about this. Where's this loop go? That loop goes there. Okay, so control delete. Which way of adding supports is better, like this or using control B? Either way works. I just do it the way that I do it because I'm lazy and I don't want to learn new stuff. I nearly did it dumb. What'd you do, Sharky? This is truly a tank moment. Yes. Fighting in New World, got too focused, nearly fell forward on my chair. Oh my god. Don't hurt yourself, dude. Alright, so looking at this, technically, I think by doing that, what do you think about this? Is that what I want to do? That's not what I want to do, I don't think. No, I gotta think about that, because that needs to be... Technically, there needs to be some sort of support there. So let's go mesh tools, insert edge loops. So let's go boom right there. All right, here we go. We're gonna target weld that to that corner. There we go. Control delete that. That solves that. You can see how that gives you that nice perfect cut. God. Thanks for all the hard work here. You are welcome. Thanks for the pun. There's a lot more people now, so I'll announce it again. Guys, if you are interested, you can finally support me on YouTube. So if you want to join the channel, you get a bunch of perks. There's going to be a new Discord channel coming soon. Is it my phone? It is my phone. Why is my alarm going off? Well, I hear my alarm. If you want to support me, there are perks that you get either on Patreon or YouTube. They're going to be the same for Discord, so you'll get some private community stuff in Discord. Either way works. If you want to support me either way, it's really cool. But don't feel super inclined to if you can't. Never a requirement. All right. So let's look at this now. Mesh tools, multi-cuts, and you can do super chats, whatever the hell those are. Still haven't quite figured those out yet. Okay. Oh, it's a pain, but it's worth it. Let's see. I've recently started getting a dry feeling while doing work. Never thought I'll be like this in 3D modeling, but I can't get out of it. Wasting my weeks. Help. So, what are you trying to model? Like, what are you trying to do with 3D? Are you doing stuff that excites you? Or are you trying to learn new skills? Like, what is it you're currently doing that is causing you to feel kind of like, just like crappy about it? Wait, you mean new Discord? Not a new Discord, but channels that are going to be hidden in the Discord. Hard surfaces. Okay. So, with hard surfaces, one of the biggest things that I found that helped me the most with hard surfaces was I just modeled things that I wanted to. I modeled things that were fun to me, that seemed cool. Wasn't necessarily trying to, like, reinvent the wheel. I don't know if you're trying to, like, design your own stuff or anything like that, but if you are, throw that out. Don't do that. You can do that later if you want to, but for the meantime, just find things that are fun to model and then just work on it. Find solutions for issues too. Like, so like when you're modeling, right? If you come across an issue like you've got too much topology running through your model or something, look up how you can fix that and what ways you can fix that, and just do things in like bite-sized chunks. It helps so much more. How do you do that? How do I do what? I was about to say, yeah, no, I'm not starting a new Discord. In Edge Loop? Oh, you're talking about this, the thing that I was just doing? So you're talking about this thing? So this is the multi-cut tool. And all I do is click and drag and then hold shift. And you can actually predetermine where things land. And that gives you the support loops that you need. And then all we're doing is just kind of building on this. So you can see kind of how we just like reconstructed the topology on this edge here. So now when it's smooth, it's all pretty and sharp. So let's go ahead and carry these through. I know that those are 10%, so 10%, beautiful. Okay. So we'll do boom, boom. And then let's look at this one. And then like this stuff can be kind of like daunting and confusing. Like topology is one of those things that takes forever to learn and figure out, but I promise you once you get it, it's pretty easy. Is there a proper way to arrange blueprints of cars or anything? I mean, the only improper way would be to do it without actually having like the body of the car properly built. So, I mean, I guess technically yes there are, but as long as the car looks the way it's supposed to and your topology looks good, then you really don't have to worry too much about it. Alright, what happened? Oh, I see what happened. I have fallen out of love with the insert edge loop tool. Get per vertex point. It's up here. It's at 6,600 or no, 66,000. Okay. All right, now we can clean that up. So QQ, Control Delete. Okay, that's better. This is chill music, whatever it is. If you guys have ever done one of those like float spa things, this is kind of like the music that they have in them. Super relaxing. Ridiculously overpriced, but worth it, if you ask me. Alright, so there's that. That's good. Beautiful. Alright, so we can see how we're kind of setting ourselves up here. And then we'll go back over here and just look and see what we're doing here. So we know that this guy is going to pierce off to the corner here. So that's going to be that. And thinking about. That's good. Alright, so that's solid. That loops. Did I do that backwards? I did it backwards, my bad. Okay, hold on. Control Delete. I did it wrong. Alright, mesh tools, multi-cut. So that guy should be coming down. So that's fine. And then that across. That's good, but that one's jacked up. Why is that one jacked up? Is it because of that edge loop? Probably is. Yeah, it is. Control Delete. Alright, cool. So that's set up. So beautiful. I don't know. Did I do a switch? Yeah, I did. Okay, so just bloop. That leaves that smooth. Okay, so we're getting that nice sharp cut in there. That's what we're looking for. Save time, select edges, and bevel, make chamfer off. So the reason I don't do that is because generally that will continue through the model or cause artifacts. I'll use it sometimes, but I won't do it all the time. Let's see. Hold on a second. What should I press? Is there a shortcut? No, what you have to do is you have to go to Windows. I always forget what. No. Display, heads-up display, and then polycount. I know I'm too scared to start of it. No, you're good. You just got to go with it. Don't be scared of it. Just do it. And then if you have questions, join my Discord. We have a whole community of people that can help you out. I can help you out. We have people posting models all the time. So if you have questions, we can kind of work through it and figure out what your issue is. Can you suggest me any model which I can recreate in Maya? I mean, that's pretty hard. Like, what would you like to recreate in Maya? I think is the more important question. Okay, so we're good there. I hate getting sick. All right. Let's adjust this real quick here. Let's surface edge slide should be okay, I think. No, not really. Surface slide. There is a good fan tutorial on YouTube. That's actually very true. If you want to learn off of my fan tutorial, you can do that. That's a good way to start hard surface. Good point, Jarek. Do you drink tea? I drink a lot of tea. Mostly green tea. Although I have been drinking a lot of black tea recently. I was working on my show reel. Suggest me a car. Do a Jeep Wrangler. Why are we doing music? Christmas music. Model a Jeep Wrangler. I have the attention span of a rat. Any suggestions with that? Yes, actually. So, there's a couple of things that I did to break that because my attention span was really bad when I started doing this again, like as much as I do. One thing is to do 30-minute chunks every single day. And then after a week, work up to an hour every single day. As you're doing that, if you're allotting yourself that time, you'll eventually just be able to stretch that out and you'll be able to fix that issue. The other thing you can do, if you want some motivation to kind of like help yourself out, is download an app like this. I'm not sponsored by them, but the app's called Goated. It's a really good way to just kind of track your time and keep track of what you do. I run this every time I'm working. So I basically clock in and track my time every single time that I'm working on something. Really good way to kind of like learn and fix attention span issues. How many times do you work on Maya? Every single day. Just put Temple Run underneath. Yeah, there you go. You're not the first person to suggest that. I will not be one of those people that does that. I refuse. This is Christmas music too, isn't it? It is. Why? No. Welcome to my lo-fi house. All right. Try that. Thanks, I'll try it. Yeah. I promise you, like, it takes a little bit of work. Like, it does take time. Like, breaking the issues of, like, a short attention span that we all have now because of, like, social media and cell phones. It's tough. And so getting through that takes a little bit of work and perseverance, but it's super worth it if you do it. How many hours? I mean, I could tell you how many hours in the last year that I've done, which is 366. Goated is, yeah, yes. Goated is the app that I use. Eamon, hello, how are you? Yeah, Goated is what I use. It's just it's almost like a game. So if you're somebody who like kind of thrives off of like having like achievements and stuff in your life, then it's a good little app to play with. And it's helped me become a better artist, so something I always recommend to people. Okay. All right, we have something weird going on there. Oh, wait a minute. No, is that right? It is, but it's wrong. Might just because there's just not enough geo here. Yeah, that helps. Let's see. So technically that goes to that. Okay. I'm really curious. Let me save this real quick. Because I just started working this way recently, so I wonder if I do smooth. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, that really cleanly does that. All right. Oh, the reason that's stretching, because I'm dumb. I don't have it supported. There we go. That's better. Okay, so that's much nicer. Okay, cool. Good to see you. I'm doing well. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're doing good. Working on anything cool tonight? I should probably reach out to Goated and see if they'll sponsor me. Sarath, what are you modeling? So I'm working on a tank right now. Here, I'll show it. It's been a minute since I've shown it. But this is kind of what we're working on right now. This is all block out, and then this is the stuff we're working on today. Currently working on this, like, sheath thing. Okay. So we're going to do the same kind of workflow up here too, but we're going to worry about the body of this first because we want to fix this stuff. So let's go here. We're going to cause all sorts of mayhem. Just control delete. Oh no. Got to support that first. Sometimes you can get away with it, sometimes you can't. There we go, that fixes that. That's already good. Yeah, that's already solid. Look at that. Ooh, so pretty. All right. Yeah, we're working on like a futuristic, like, artillery tank type deal. I don't really know what to call it. I'll name it eventually. But for now, it's just tank. Okay. Is there any website for reference images of robots like Gypsy Danger or Iron Man? The best place is going to be your favorite ArtStation. Because, like, if you go to ArtStation, type in Iron Man, there's tons of reference on here. And the beauty is, you can add this little filter in here. And it should fix the issue, I think. Maybe? Is this AI? Can't tell if this guy did this in AI or not. It's cool looking. Oh, no AI. Okay, cool. You can never tell anymore. But here you go. Like a bunch of good reference. So this is usually how I'll find, like, if I'm doing like specific characters or something like that and I need like really detailed reference, I'll jump in here and try to find really good reference because there's a lot of it, including a lot of it that came from the movies themselves because of the people who actually made this stuff posted to their portfolio. So always recommend that. Okay. Okie dokie. So, we gotta work on this now. So, we're gonna go ahead, start doing some work here. I know for a fact I'm gonna delete that loop, and probably that loop too. So, we're gonna go multi-cut. So this is a little dumb. Usually when I do this or when I find this, this is kind of how I'll fix it. Because what I'm trying to do is preserve that corner. And this gives me what I need to fix that. We just need to pull that through. Mesh tools, multi-cut. So we'll come through and re-support a lot of this. Let's see, mesh tools, multi-cut. Your mechanical xenomorph was awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That was more of a beast of a project than I expected it to be. I'm very glad it's done. But I'm glad people liked it. So what I want... Let's see. This is going to be a little bit different because I want... that to do that. Technically... Oh, you know what? I know what I'm doing wrong. Hold on. I know what I did wrong here. Control delete. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. Much better. All right, so mesh tools. That's our edge loop. So we'll do our edge loop here. Our edge loop here. And that should start giving us the result we're looking for. Yeah. So we can take that a step further and just work on that. Can you do topology tips videos? Yes, I'm working on a couple of them actually. Any tips on animating it? I will not be animating that thing at all. It's going to stay a static model forever. I just want to say thank you for your service of tutorials on Maya. The software really do lack tutorials despite being industry standard. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks that it's so hard to find tutorials for Maya, but we're going to make that better. One step at a time. Let's see. I was thinking that would be the way I wanted it to, but it's really not. I don't know. What does that look like? Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Let me see here. It's a edge loop. Support the body itself and see how this is working. No, that's actually kind of what I want. So I think the only thing I'm going to fix here is this, because I don't like that. So I'm going to take this, pull this here. Multicut. Go here. Enter. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That made an end-gon. That's not what I wanted. That makes a quad, and that makes a triangle. It was kind of perfect, so I guess I will just go back to what it was. Leave it as is, maybe? Yeah, we'll try it. Do you use a licensed Maya or Pirates of the Caribbean version? No, I use licensed Maya. The way you can tell is my name is up here. So it's because I actually have a license, which I think is coming up for renewal soon. I buy the indie license every single year. So... Does the texture I painted need more detail? I did the plant model. I will plant the texture now later. Finished. Love to hear your opinion on it. Let's see. Hold on. Did you post it in the Discord, Eamon? Are you talking about the... Were you the one who posted the... Let me see here. I think you posted the thing today, right? Ah, that was you. Okay. You did the plant model. Did you post it? Where is it? Or you haven't posted the plant yet? Let me know when you post a plant. I'll give you some tips on it if you need it. Alright, what do you think? What do you think if I make a low poly model, then I take that model... then take that model to zebras and detail it? Oh, ZBrush. Detail it, then bake or make high poly model in ZBrush. And then rate of which Maya, which is the Dreamy Duo. Your message doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but you can totally make a low poly model in Maya, take it to ZBrush for detailing, pull it back into Maya, retopo it, and then project or bake your high resolution detail to your low res model. That's totally fine. Okay, cool. Any ideas about Gollum? Like Lord of the Rings Gollum? He's a pretty cool dude. Bites people's fingers off. Maybe that doesn't make him a cool dude. Gollum Motion Library. I haven't even heard of that. Let's look at it. Am I spelling it right? Gollum 3D. Automations and 3D models. I don't know what that is. I can't find it either. Gollum Motion Library. Oh, wait. 18 general fighting motions, including attack, roar. Is this it? You talking about this thing? Try Gollum Crowd. This looks ancient. If that's what you're talking about. Oh. Golem. Or Golem. Feature film quality on a TV budget. It was used in Game of Thrones. Use Gollum assets in your own. Is my first question is, what does it cost? Oh, shoot. Autodesk has acquired Gollum's key intellectual IP. No offer licenses has changed. The online store is now closed. This is built into Maya now. Or it will be built into Maya. Interesting. I hadn't heard of it until now. Let's see. Can you spell that again? Golem? Damn it. Wonder if it's already in it? Yeah, I honestly haven't heard of that. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's not yet inbuilt. Okay, cool. Did they just recently buy it or something? That's cool. Well, now I'm curious. Oh shit, that just happened in August. Wow. Current product offering on us because of column. Well, that's actually really exciting because this looks like a pretty well used piece of software. Damn. Yeah. Super cool if you're doing crowd sims. Martin, hello, how are you? Had a cool ad for a 3D pen, but for bakers, and it uses edible ink, sugar. Ooh, that's cool. I wonder if you could do like chocolate from it too. Have you seen the 3D chocolate printers? They print like a giant like crayon worth of chocolate. Totally impractical, but they're kind of cool. Okay. Take you to here. Whoa, now. Oops. Okay. Beautiful. Rambo, of course I remember you. How are you? Good morning. Multicut. Had some lady print textured edible pictures onto some cookies for... Those are so crazy. They're cool, but I'm like, should I be eating this? I've seen, because like the skating rink, the ice skating rink that me and Sydney go to, they have kids' birthday parties there all the time, and I've seen like Minecraft cakes with printed stuff on them, and I'm like, there's got to be something unhealthy about that. I don't know what it is, but there's something in there. Pretty cool though. I know that's been around for a while. I think it's like screen printing or something like that. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm glad. It's good to see you, Rambo. All right. So we're going to target weld to this guy. Just kind of reform that a little bit. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go vertex here. Just drag that out. Make sure that's all doing what it's supposed to. So we have this triangle here that needs to go. Control delete, which we gotta support that now, so hold on a second. Okay. All right, nice little N-gon there. We'll fix that in a minute here. Still gotta work a lot of this in here. Gonna insert an edge loop here. That takes care of a good chunk of that work. Oh, I usually make very high poly hard surface models. What should I write in my CV and what posts can I apply for? So if you're doing high poly, you should obviously be applying for like VFX based stuff or commercials, things like that. Just write that you're a hard surface modeler. If that's kind of what you go for, that's generally what you need to do. If you do like high poly characters, write that in there somewhere. But yeah, generally you're like a high poly hard surface modeler. Copious amounts of sugar. Just a bunch of dyed sugar. What do you recommend for a workflow in Enviro 3D, like environments? I don't really know. I don't do environments, so I'm not really the best person to ask that stuff, unfortunately. Someday I might, but not today. Okay, so this one's gonna be a little bit different. We don't have to worry too much about this one. So let's see. Okay. So this one's gonna be pretty cool because I can actually go mesh tools, insert edge loop. Just pop that there. Pop that there. Boom, boom. Okay. And then we're going to support the rest of this. I wanted to make sure this was one of those models that I was like, okay, topology is understood now. And I think I've done it. Okay. So that's nice and supported. Minus that. So mesh tools. So we're just gonna go boom, boom, and then we'll go up here and we'll collapse the rest of this. Okay, so multi-cut. Well, hey, I managed to catch it. Hope you're feeling better, dude. I'm alive, man. Happy New Year. Looking forward to doing some cool stuff together. Yes, I'm excited for you to get ready to get back. It's gonna be cool. I hope your vacation's been good, Tamizu. As you know, I'm also a 3D animator beginner, and I decided to make a career in Maya and Unreal, but sir, I'm having issues like I'm unable to sit for long. I get distracted. What should I do? And tips for me. So, I answered this one earlier for somebody else. One of the biggest things you can do for yourself as like an artist who's trying to get better at staying consistent with stuff is allot yourself time. So sit down every single day. If you have to start with 5 minutes, start with 5 minutes. I usually recommend 30 minutes just because it's really hard to get anything done in 3D in 5 minutes. But if you can spend like 30 minutes every single day for a week, then the next week upgrade that to 45 minutes to an hour, and then just kind of keep pushing your time. Those are really good ways to kind of help break that cycle of like low attention span and helping you focus on what you're working on. The other thing is downloading an app like Goated. Again, not sponsored, but I use Goated all the time because it helps me track my time and figure out what it is that I'm like dedicating my time to. And it's kind of fun because it gives you achievements. That's kind of stuff that I would recommend for kind of breaking your attention span issues because it's how I broke mine. I got me a frog thunder god. What does that mean, Mr. Blazing Man? Harish editography. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. I'm a beginner. My viewport object is looking flat. Need to look like yours in viewport. Object has shadows. Oh, just hit this thing up here. It's just like an ambient occlusion button. Just kind of turns it on. That'll give you some of that fake AO. And then the other thing you can do is just assign different materials to it. But this is just the base material that Maya uses, so. Can you please look at my ArtStation real quick and give me some tips on where I'm lacking? Just a second. Yeah, send your link in chat and I'll pull it up. It was great. 14 hours of playing with a 1-year-old, not so great. Currently 4 days left till I move, but hoping to finally get back to modeling this week. Way too many ideas for projects. Nice. That's exciting. I know, this is one of those. I was sitting at the ice rink the other day with my wife, and I was like stressing out because I didn't have any big projects. And so I was like, fuck it, I'm making a tank. So, I get that. I went to Mitsuya and played the gotcha machines. I still don't know what that means. What is a gotcha machine? Hold on. I'm gonna look it up because I don't know what that is. I'm gonna learn. Gotcha machine. Oh, that's what those are called. I had no idea that's what those are called. That's cool. I see what you mean now. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I forgot why. I got you. What would you suggest? Your 20-year-old version. You could get good in this field. Any roadmap? Yeah, I would suggest that I don't try everything that I tried because I was stupid when I was 20. Really, it's just like staying consistent. So like my best advice to like my younger self would be to be consistent with it and don't falter on your belief that this is something you want to do. Because if it's something you want to do, you'll pour your time into it and your passion into it. All right, I see your ArtStation. Let me pull that up real quick. And just to confirm, chat rip opener. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but make sure you're cool with me opening it on stream. Just let me know. Open it down here. Control V and make sure there's no like nudity or anything. Oh, okay, now we're good. Its full name is Gachapon or something. Yeah, I think I've heard Gachapon before. What are you making? Okay, so I'm working on a tank. Like a sci-fi futuristic tank. Can't really see it, but you can kind of get a feel for it. That's my current project. All right. Let's go ahead and while we wait for Chatri to let me know if I can open his thing on stream, we'll just keep working. All right. There's loop. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start getting this all cleaned up. Starting with this guy. Control delete. Control delete. Multi-cut. All right. You know, I was just thinking about this. I actually don't think... Oh, no. I know why I did that. Okay. Yeah, that's why I did that. Okay. No worries. No worries. No problem. Okay. All right, so let's look at this. All right, so we're going to look at Chatree's... I'm just going to hyphenate your name. I'm sorry. We're going to look at your portfolio. All right, so first of all, Wally. So did really good job, like with the silhouette of the character. Like it looks really good. The only thing that really stands out to me, your texturing's really solid. Everything's looking pretty good. This, I can't really tell if there's any glow there, but if you ever look at Wally, he's got some artificial glow coming from that because it's a display. Size and shape wise though, you really nailed it. The only thing that I really noticed that's kind of like meh to me is the tread. So if you look at Wally's tread, right? So we pull up Wally. When you're doing a character like this, you definitely don't want to miss out on those fine details. So if you look at the treads here, he's got these really nice fine details. So if this is a game asset and you're going to add that with texture, totally fine. Just add it with like height maps and stuff. But if this is like a hard surface asset that you're going to be doing like a VFX pipeline or like Pixar pipeline, you definitely want to make sure you're adding those details in. And you can just tell kind of like your treads are very barren. But otherwise, like he's super solid. Your lighting is a little wonky. I would work on your lighting just a tad bit. You kind of have just this overall really soft lighting instead of having like a really nice like harsh light. Let's see if I can find an example. So let's see if I can find a real quick example. Kind of hard because he was in the movie, you know. Yeah, I can't really find a good example of like how I would light that differently. But one thing you want to look at, being that you've got this like rim light back here, I could tell what you're going for. You're trying to get that like nice like white line kind of along the silhouette of the character. That's something you want to dial in a little bit. But otherwise, like your model is super solid. Your texturing's looking pretty good here. Look at a couple little details again, just like this little strip in here would be black because it's like a fabric. It's like a bunch of bristles that kind of clean it as it goes down. So, you know, just simple things. Otherwise, this is a really solid piece. I like this. Let's see. Okay, so you did the... I always forget what this one's called. But, all right. This is really good. Again, lighting is just a concern here just because this is so dark. You're almost losing, like, your detail and your quality in here. Let's see. One thing I would also suggest with your portfolio is show your workflow. So show, like, your wireframe, show your UVs, show stuff like that. That stuff's really important. You want to show that stuff in your portfolio. But it seems like you have some pretty good solid modeling stuff. It's a short CGI animation. Let me mute it. By me in Blender, the Earth space movement, USS Enterprise made by me, all the rest ships. Okay. Okay, so you're doing like a 3D generalist type portfolio. Okay, so that makes sense as to why you're doing that. Okay. So this is one of those pieces that I would look at and say that this is where you want to start. If you're doing like a generalist role stuff, you really want to start focusing on like learning the animation stuff because all of your movements here are really sharp. So like, good example, like if you watch the newer Star Treks, when the ship comes out of like hyperspace, it's never just like a swoop and then just like kind of slowly moves. It always has like a gradual period of like slowdown where like it's losing its acceleration. So there's some stuff you should play with there. It looks like you're still kind of like getting into the animation stuff, so it's really not a worry. It's just something that you should start looking at. But the movement, your movement here is just very like kind of lateral. It's very straight. But this is a cool start to like doing some animated stuff in your portfolio. Your guns look really good. I like your guns. These are pretty solid. The lighting works for what you're trying to do. See, you did it here. You see that nice like rim light that you got going on there? You did it really well there. So that's cool. Yeah, no, I mean, your portfolio is coming together really solid. You're doing a really good job. You did a lot of good detail on this tank. Your height map is a little crazy on this. So I would just be careful with that because it almost looks fake when you get too like bumpy with it. But otherwise, like, you've got a really good start to this. How long have you been kind of working on this? Let's see. All right, so I didn't miss anything, I don't think. Tried using 3-point lighting, but I can't master it. Yeah, it's okay. It's just something to practice. There's a lot of good tutorials on how to like practice and learn that stuff. So it takes people some time to figure out how like the artistic side of lighting works, let alone just like the technical side of it. So totally cool that you're still struggling with it. There's not a problem with that. Let's see. All right, let me catch up with chat real quick. I saw somebody just sent another art station. 1 second, guys. Let's see. Thank you. What would you suggest? 20 years. Did that one. How to overcome a creative block. Sometimes it has lots of ideas and difficulties in picking the best. So, sometimes it's not necessarily about picking the best, but it's about picking what is doable. So when you're stuck like that and you're trying to figure out like what you want to do, you kind of have to take a step back and kind of inventory like where you are. So for me, for instance, I'll give you an example because of what I'm doing right now. So I'm working on a dinosaur in ZBrush. I was getting really stressed out because I was doing the dinosaur, I was working on the pistol, but I didn't have anything big for my hard surface stuff that I was working on. So while the dinosaur is something I want to make a priority for my portfolio, I also want something else as a priority for my project for stream and portfolio as well. So I had to kind of pick which one I was going to put more focus to. So being that I'm not doing ZBrush on stream, the answer was kind of obvious, but it kind of sucked at the same time. So really it's about doing what you can do. So pick the project that is most obtainable at the moment, work on it, and continue working on your other stuff. And it's okay to have multiple projects open at a time. Like that's one thing that I will never not stress. Like if you guys want to have a bunch of different projects, like I always have like 5 to 6, totally good to do. Let's see, the render's done. I sent it on Discord. Okay. Let me do this. MJuel, I see your art station. I'm going to copy it now. Let me look at this Discord thing real quick. Okay, the plant. Okay, so with the plant, your leaves are really thick. So I assume you haven't textured the plant yet. So one thing I would look at with leaves is generally leaves on plants are just planes. Sometimes if it's a thicker plant, like a rubber plant that actually has some depth to the leaf, that'll be a little bit different. But with leaves, they can always kind of be kind of tough. So I would try to shrink those in size a little bit. But you captured the like kind of like dead, like, you know, kind of left outside pot. And it looks pretty good compared to the, look at the concept art here. Is it even in the concept art? Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, so it looks, it looks really close to your concept art. I would just convert your leaves to planes and then texture them that way and not stress too much about it. Lighting can be very tricky, something I still absolutely struggle with in some things. Yeah, it can be. I have totally bombed it a couple of times, so totally a thing. 10 months in Maya. Yeah, you're doing fine for 10 months in Maya. You're doing good. So keep up the good work. You're getting there. MJuel, are you still there? Did you still want me to look at your portfolio? It's okay if you want to show it on stream. Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't read that. I missed that. Yeah, okay, cool. We'll pull yours up now. What specifications are your computer? I have an RTX 3070 with 64 gigs of RAM and a Ryzen 3900X and an 800 watt power supply. All right, let me pull this off screen real quick just to make sure. Okay, just gotta make sure that there's never any nudity. Okay, all right, Mama Jewel, let's see. Hobby hours, Spetsnaz, okay. Okay, how long have you been doing 3D? Thanks, man, I really appreciate your tips. Yeah, no problem, of course. Let's see. Hobby hours. Okay. So right off the bat, so you got some nice presentation stuff here, which is good. I like that you're showing your wireframe. I like you're doing all that. Your topology actually looks really good. So it looks like you've got a pretty good focus on topology. You're doing stuff the right way, which is nice. You could honestly probably give these a little bit more to play with, but that's just a nitpick. The thing that's kind of just like, let's see. So these are like pads. Okay, I'm just trying to figure this out here. So the thing that's kind of getting me here. So obviously like texturing, it looks like texturing is where you kind of struggle right now, which is okay. So you've got this nice leather kind of material going on here, but the problem is that because it's so flat, you kind of lose that, like this leather. You can see it back here. So there is a normal map there, but it's very lost up here. So this is where you would want to use what's called a height map. You'd want to kind of pull that data out, or you'd want to just take your bump map and try to push it a little bit further than it can just to get that bump detail, because when you get up close like this, you lose it. You'll notice that a lot in video games, like when you get close to something bumpy, it just disappears. From far away though, it looks like it holds pretty well. Let's see. But one thing I would suggest is looking at your texturing, just like look at more ways to just like add realism to this. So let's see. PUBG helmet. Let's look that up. PUBG helmet. Okay. So if we look at the PUBG helmet, it's actually a pretty quiet looking helmet. Can I actually see the damn... Oh, this is a good example. So you can see how there's like a whole bunch of different like texture in here. Whereas like when you look at yours is kind of very flat. You don't have a lot of like distortion in the material. So this is where I would start looking at your metal materials and playing with like your roughness channels, things like that. So I'm not really sure how you textured this, whether you did it in like Substance Painter or something. I don't know if it says at the bottom here. It doesn't. Okay, so you did do Substance Painter. Yeah, so I would start looking at kind of forcing your skills in Substance Painter. Start playing with textures a little bit and learning how they work. Because there's a lot you could do with this to really drive this much better. Your lighting's pretty good, and I think once you add some better materials to this, you'll really like send it and make it really well. Out of 10 months, I've been with you for 8, and your tips have helped a lot. I love to hear that. Thank you so much. Let's see, loot and loot. Let's look at this guy. That was cute. Okay, so it's just a little clay render. So these are totally cool. The only thing is that like when you're talking about like a professional portfolio, stuff like this will get skipped over because there's kind of no like substance to it. There's no kind of explanation on like what it is, what you built it for, all of that stuff. So this would be a project that I would probably disinclude. Like I would remove it from your portfolio just because it's not really going to help you much. You did a really good job of showing your workflow here. I love what you did there. That's awesome. Let's see, Enigma of PUBG's robot. This is another one that it's kind of hard to tell like what's going on here. So stuff like this I would try to avoid. You want to, like when you're showing stuff in your portfolio, you want to be able to like really show what it is. So like you really want to like send home like this is the main piece. This is what I worked on. So like let me pull up mine real quick. Pull up my portfolio and just show you kind of how I handle this. So we'll use my ship for example. So like the main render for the ship, right? We have the entire environment, all that stuff. I had a couple little minor renders of the environment that I did. And then I did my rotational. So this is another cool thing you can include with your projects is doing a little rotational to show like how your materials are interacting with your world lighting. but then I isolate. So you want to break down and really show like what was the focus of this project. So like the focus of this project wasn't the environment, it was just the ship. Like the environment was like a second thought. So this is where you go through and really kind of like show your work and show what you did. It's really important that you do that stuff. But otherwise, it seems like you have a good start so far. You did really well with this one, the Smetnaz helmet. So keep doing what you're doing there, and then just start playing with textures. It looks like you're pretty new to texturing, so that's where I would recommend you go from here. Bevel Edge, hi. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing great. How are you? Good morning, 3D artists. I'm sorry, guys. I was reviewing some portfolios, so I missed it. Yeah, understood. Okay, I hope that helps. Yeah, it's not to say you're doing anything wrong. It's just to kind of like give you some ideas on how to make your portfolio a little bit better and make you stand out more, because that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to stand out. So I hope that helps. And if you guys ever have any questions, like, again, you can join the Discord. There's no issues with that at all. Feel free. I just realized I didn't do that. Still floating the idea of doing portfolio streams, so might do that in the future. Let's see, Vertex. God. Okay. Well, now that all that's done, I think we just got to support this final little loop here. Should be good. Okay, so we have, that's not exactly what I want right there. Oh, that's why. Okay. Alright, so one thing I do want is I want that to be a little bit sharper. So we're going to do an insert edge loop here. Because I want that to sharpen up. Same thing up here. We're just going to sharpen these edges here. That's looking pretty good. Okay, so I think I know I still got to do this down here. Oh, what happened? Hello. That's awful. What is this and what does it belong to? Oh, it just got moved? Something happened there? I don't know what happened there. Okay. Multicut. Let's see. Do you use any other plugins for modeling besides quad fill? I really don't. I haven't really found a need for any. Yeah, I don't. It's just one of those things I've never really been super like intrigued to look into if I needed one or not, because I've never had an issue where like I needed one. But I know there's a bunch out there, so totally something you could do if you wanted to. Okay. So that cuts down there, it goes up there, that's fine. So that needs to go across now somehow. Let's see, mesh tools. So if I do that, it's a triangle. Oh, actually, it's not. Hold on. I don't think I need that. I didn't. Okay. Let's fix this corner down here. Think that supports anything important? No. Oops. I hate when that happens. Okay. There's multiple. 3. Okay. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna save this because it's been a hot minute. Let's see. Any plans or loose ideas for stuff in the Discord community this year? Yeah, so I think we're gonna run with the Shiptember thing, or Shiptober. Shiptember? Is it Shiptember? I think we're gonna for sure do that. I'm working on some other stuff that I'd like to do. I'm thinking we'll do some like yearly or some like bi-monthly competitions or something like that. But Discord's gonna be a new focus this year for sure. So I'm excited to do some new stuff out there. I was working, but I ran into a problem. How to make hexagon holes in a cylinder with good topology. Can you show me how to do that? Yes, kind of. Give me a second here. Why Maya and why not Blender? I have been using Maya for 15 years. I personally just don't really like Blender. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I don't enjoy using it. So it's not that it won't be something that I'll learn someday, but it's just not something that I'm very interested in right now. So that's just kind of why. I really don't have any problems with Blender. Let's see, we'll do objects. Let me mirror this real quick here. So I need a bounding box. Okay, so let's smooth that. God, it looks so good. Okay. Just want to like load. See, I'll be right back. Go and brush my teeth. Okay, so if you're trying to do a cylinder, so or like a, what you'll want to do is kind of pull your cylinder in. So if you think about a bolt's going to be either 5 or 6 sides. So just go in here with your new cylinder. You're going to change the subdivision's height to about 6. And then from here, you'll just work on adding in your supporting edge loops as you need them. What you will run into issues with is when you're going to be supporting the geometry throughout it. So you can kind of get away with it with bevels. And I'll just do like a quick and dirty kind of view of this. So you can do your bevel. I hate beveling, but it helps. We're going to change our fraction down a little bit. So you can see now how that gives us a nice solid support. And so if I take this and I go smooth, you got a really good start. The only reason is the bottom, I didn't do the bottom, but this gives you that nice kind of like sharp cut that you're looking for. That's usually how I'll go about doing a bolt if I need to. But yeah, it's not as hard as it seems. Okay, show isolate view selected. Okay, so we've got that. Assign existing material, standard surface. Okay, I like this like layered thing we got going on here. This is a little too thick though. And also not centered. At all? What happened? Okay, that should be good. All right, we got the beginnings of a cool futuristic looking tank thing. No side holes. No side holes for what? These? Why not? I love them. Wait, hexagon holes in cylinder or curve. Wait, curve side. Wait, what? Hold on a second. I was working right into a problem. How to make hexagon. Oh, I'm sorry. Hexagon holes. Okay. In a cylinder with good topology. All right, that's gonna be a little bit more difficult. I can try to throw that up, but that's honestly a shape I don't do very often, so it's kind of like a good luck sort of deal here. So we're gonna go to 40 iterations, subdivisions, whatever. Increase the height. We don't really need to worry about the height. So when you're doing holes, you want to have as many subdivisions along the outer rim as possible. So honestly, for this one, I'm going to go 60. And then, so if you're going to do a hole, this is going to be really weird doing a hexagon hole. But basically the way I would look at that is creating this, and then so we're looking at, we need 8 sides, right? So should be what I need, I'm thinking. So you'd scale that in. Again, this probably isn't the perfect way to do this, but it should get you close enough. Or is it circularize? Let's see. Divisions. So there's no divisions. That's nice. I didn't know you could do that. Let's see. Evenly distribute. Off. Yeah, this is going to be a little funky. So, vertex. You would want to take that, take that, take that, and take that. That gets you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Only issue with that is it's not exactly perfect. So, let's see. You can kind of correct for that by doing this. Circularize it. That should level it out pretty well. And then from here, you could extrude it inwards. That'll give you that kind of octagonal shape. And then what you'd want to do is you'd want to bevel it. Turn off chamfer. Change this to uniform. That gives you that nice outer support rim. And then the other thing you'll want to do is these interior rings. You'll want to bevel these. So what you're trying to do is going to get a little complex, but once you kind of get the workflow going, it's not super difficult. I'm also not 100% confident that this is going to work because I've never had to do this. Let's see. I'll bevel that again. Turn off chamfer. Reduce the fraction. Center. Uniform. Patch. Auto. Let's see. So you'd have to figure out how to like mold those in, but if you smooth this, that should technically be hexagonal at that point. Yeah, so that gets you started, and then you have to start routing your geometry through your mesh. That helps a little bit. Try to make that, but I end up into a circle hole when smooth. Yeah, you have to support these inner rings. So the reason you're getting that circular, the reason it's averaging out to a circle is because you don't have these supports on the inside here. So this is what you need. You just have to then work these into your geometry somehow. So you're going to have to kind of span these out and then work them in as you kind of work on this. But you can see how that kind of, let me just support it one more time. Let's do no chamfer. Uniform. So really quick and dirty way of doing this, but you can see how it keeps its hexagonal shape, just ignoring these little folds, because that's going to happen because I didn't work this into the mesh. But as long as you have these inner supports, you're going to keep that topology. Gonna have to get back to packing now, but definitely have to try at solving it later. Have a good stream. Tamuzu, have a good one. Have fun packing. Sharky, I will save. Let's see here. We still got about 30 minutes left, so that's good. Give me a second here, guys. All right, so next thing's next. We want to do this. So I want to make this little door, or make this like a panel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it, move it up. And then I'm going to actually take all of this geo on the inside and delete it. Actually, really, I'm just going to delete this interior ring. Select it all. No? Okay. Delete. Alright, so now... let me think about this. I could bridge that entirely. I'm trying to think of the easiest way to make this piece so I don't have to like screw with it too much. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna select everything, deselect what I don't need, because all we're gonna be doing is bridging across anyway. Alright, so with that selected, let's do a bridge. That gives me that panel that I want. And from here, I can delete that, and I've got my door. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete these because I don't need that. Shift delete. Honestly, don't really need a whole lot of this, but I'm gonna go ahead and work with it. Let's see if we can just do this. I'm gonna do half of this. Just kind of spread that out. Same thing there. Okay, so we have our kind of our plate here that we want. Let's go. We're gonna go ahead and support it now. Do you do freelance? Yes, I do. I don't like actively search for it right now, but I always do it. Okay, so that's good. So we have this nice little door now. Now we're gonna add some details to it. So I know for this guy, I want to look at my pure ref again. So I want to see, like, I like to just look at the shapes that they throw on these things sometimes and just be like, what can I do here? So let's see. Some of these panels are really cool. I think what we'll do, we're gonna do like a panel on a panel. So let's do, we're gonna do mesh. We're gonna mirror this guy. Okay. And then I need to decide how I want that panel to work. So I'm looking there. We're gonna go ahead and turn on symmetry topology based on that. Mesh tools, insert edge loop. Do something like that, I'm thinking. Okay. space. And let's see. I'm thinking what I want. Do 2 edge loops here. Do one there. And same thing here. We'll just scooch that. Take this, pull this back a little bit. Just gonna kind of try to give this panel some interest. It's funny that that's on surface, but it's not doing what it's supposed to. Let's do edge slide. That's what it should have been doing. My bad. Okay. Hold on. Let me fix this real quick. Whoop. Any tips for it? Any tips for freelance? Oh, it's just one of those things where networking comes into play. It's really important. So make sure you're networking with people on things like Instagram, Upwork, sites like that. LinkedIn can be a really good one too. Yeah, it really does come down to like how you network yourself. What does your portfolio show that you can do? Like, do you have skills that you can sell to potential buyers? Like, that's really kind of like the gist of it, right? And then the rest of it is just kind of like doing the work and trying to find people who are willing to pay for that. How to render a viewport image. Go to render, like rendering in your viewport, you can go render Arnold, or you need to go to your, you hit the little eye up here, pops open this window, and you can hit play. I don't have any light, so it's not going to do anything, but that's how.
Wow.
Wow. Why is that not? I don't really care as long as it's not screwing it up. It's not. Okay, I see what I did wrong. All right, now I know what I gotta do. Edge. W. Okay. That'll give me that nice shape. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, look at that. Oh, you are gonna get hit with like 20 pictures. Ignore them. Oh God. And you'll get 20 more. Ignore them again. I'm not going to ignore them. Now I'm going to look at them. How to start launching. Launching what, Mr. DeSale? Character modeling is much easier in Maya or ZBrush. It's probably a lot easier in ZBrush, if I'm being honest. Your base mesh you could build in Maya, but if you're talking about like getting the detail that you want with a character model, you're going to want to use ZBrush. Launching the cows? Maybe. What are you making, buddy? We're making a tank. So I'm making a little door panel unit for the gun turret up here. That's what we're doing right now. So I'm gonna extrude this. Right about there, probably. Let's go a little bit thicker. Okay. Yeah. I like that. That gives me some nice shape to it. Oh, freelancing. So how to like launch freelancing? You just gotta start. Like one of the easiest ways to start is to start grabbing clients on things like Upwork, Fiverr. Those are generally pretty good places to kind of start getting your name out there, and then advertising your services on social media, stuff like that. It is really a lot about like marketing yourself. So that's going to be kind of your biggest like challenge there. All right, so we're going to be using. Cheat this real quick. can't believe that actually worked. Alright. Sometimes I'm amazed that symmetry works as well as it does on this. I have much interest in character modeling. If I wanted to go to character modeling, which are key points to prepare ourselves for character modeling? So, it's really important that you study things like form. You need to study some things like anatomy, especially with characters. Like, anatomy is really important. Your character will fall apart if it doesn't look anatomically correct. There are tons of like tutorials out there on how to size up your characters, how to make sure that things are kind of sitting in the right place. You need to learn the topology that your base mesh or your retopologized meshes need to look like. That way you don't have deformation issues when you're animating with them or rigging them. There's kind of a whole lot to start with. So if you're just getting started, I would recommend looking at courses from either Think Tank or Gnomon, or if you want to go the least expensive route, Flip Normals. Sorry. That's why. Why are you changing your voice sometimes? Because I'm sick. Do you use Substance Designer? I haven't really played with it now. Let's see. How often do you stream? Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Same time. Time to be annoying. Why? How to become a beast in hard surface modeling. Oh, Jesus Christ, Chris. How to become a beast. Just practice. Practice, practice, practice. Like, it can't be stated enough. Thank you for the biddies, buddy. I appreciate you. 0. Why did you send 0? Thank you for the biddies, dude. I don't know if that was like a dig at at Jail Musey, because I know he calls his community 3D modeling beasts. But yeah, just practice. You know, you'll get better over time. I can't cheer read them. Oh, wait, what? I can't cheer 0. Read them in a row. Cheer 6. Wait, 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0. What? 9. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Read them in a row. I read them in a row. Read them in a row. I'm dead. What do you mean you're dead? Time to be annoying. Cheer 8, 6, 7, 5, 3. Oh, you fucker. I see what you did now. Where's my water bottle? Ah. That's down here. Oh man, that's good. I get it now. You must be sick. I am definitely sick. Plus I've been streaming for 3 hours, or 2.5 hours. What about Modo software if we use for character modeling? Modo? What's Modo? I've heard of Modo, but I don't know what it does. Modo is a discontinued polygon subdivision service. Oh, Modo. Well, Modo's gone. I think. Yeah, they just recently killed Modo, actually. I remember now. Yeah. I mean, Modo was kind of more for like polygonal modeling. But I suppose you could do it. It looks like you could do sculpting in it, if you still have it. What would be a fresher salary for a 3D modeling artist as a job? It depends. That's where you want to look at sites like Glassdoor and figure out like what people in your area are being paid for that job. Because it's honestly impossible to be like, oh, this would be a good one. So Ooh. Okay. let's see. Trying to think of the easiest way to do this. If I just merge. Yeah, that'll work. Takes care of that. And then I believe, let's see. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. Make sure that did it. And on the other side, it did. Okay. Let's see here. Thinking that one doesn't need to be there. Does not. Okay, perfect. Okay. Oh yeah, right. Okay. So that does that. The reason it does that is it's trying to subdivide that. We don't want that. We'll deal with that in a second here. Okay, that's better. Yeah, that's better. And then let's support this guy. Okay. Gives us that nice sharp look. Skipped my class for your stream. Oh man, don't be doing that. You pay for those. But I'm honored that you chose my stream to do that. You answer and react all the same. Oh, you answer and react all the questions. That's why I like your stream. I try to. Yeah, sometimes I miss some, but I try to. Missing the Maya quick tips. They're coming. I'm kind of like spinning up. Plus, I've been sick since the beginning of the year, so there'll be a new one tomorrow. I can promise you that. All right. So we got to do this guy now. Just plop that there. I'm gonna take that. Oh. I don't even know if I'm like still listening to Christmas stuff or what. Okay. So that should be it. I think that's kind of what I wanted. Yeah. No, that's pretty great. Okay, so now I just need to support the actual geo itself. So insert, go blop and blop. And that looks sharp. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing here. And then you could... It's going to make me... Let's see, mesh. Yeah, it's going to make me do that. All right. That's fine. Oh, that's right. Haha. Enter. Cool. What are you working on? I am working on a tank model, so I'll show you in just a second here. I decided I want to make a really cool tank, so that's what we're doing. You know what I do want, though? I want that to be a little bit sharper. So let's move this guy. So if you ever want to sharpen one of your edges up, this is one of the easier ways to do it. If you already have the geometry flowing through it, just move it with edge slide. And if you would like, you don't have to call me Matthew. You can call me Matt. The only people that call me Matthew are my parents. Alright, cool. So that should give that just a little bit of a sharper look. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so show. I think we're good there. Yeah. Show, isolate, selected. So now I should be able to just take this, center my pivot, and it should fit flawlessly. And it does. So that gives us that nice panel look. It's a nice little floating piece. And it just kind of helps kind of support the gun all together. It's looking pretty cool. I like it. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I still don't know like what the whole direction is going to be with it, but I like it so far. Triangle at the front. Where? Where are you seeing a triangle? Oh, there's an end gun. Oh, I see what happened. I was like, wait a minute, what? Is this still in... Yeah, it's still in symmetry. Good catch. Much better. Make sure I don't have any more. I hate going back and fixing those, so... Yeah, we're good. The only other thing that I think I might do... Nah. It's not worth the geometry. But that's nice and supported and sharp, so... any idea about Substance Designer? Yeah, I don't really use it, so I don't really know too much about it. I know it's really powerful for creating your own textures and stuff, but I don't really use it all that much. Let's see. Alrighty, guys. Well, here's what we're going to do. It's okay to have triangles in the models. You're absolutely right. I just don't like having them if I don't need them. So, and there was no reason to have that. It just needed to be fixed. So, no big deal. Alright. I think I'm going to call it for tonight. My body is telling me I need to be done. So, we're going to save the scene. And then we're going to say our goodbyes, everybody. So, Instagram, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. You guys are always the first to go because it's the easiest to kind of end the stream on. But I appreciate y'all for being here. Quick tips are coming back. Videos are coming back. Took my break. The break is over. I'm finally not sick anymore. So, content is on the way. As always, if you want to follow me on the other platforms, you are more than welcome to. And if you want to join the Discord, you are more than welcome to. With that said, the next stream is going to be on Friday. So, I will see you guys live again on Friday. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. So, Instagram, you guys have a good night. It won't let me scroll. There we go. All right. YouTube, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. It's been a wonderful stream. It's been cool working on the tank. Please, for the love of God, tell me that I have not been... Oh, okay, good. Just had to make sure. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight. Thank you for watching, as always. The super chats are here. The subscriptions on YouTube are here. They're all live. They're good to go. So if you guys are interested in supporting me that way, it helps me. It goes directly to supporting the channel and everything that I do here. So I would greatly appreciate if you choose to do that. If not, you can also join me on Patreon, where you get free models. So keep that in mind too. But guys, thank you so much. I will talk to you on Friday. You have a wonderful week. End stream. All right, Twitch. We gotta